Hi, this is Mike Maslanka. I've been a lawyer for 30 years. Here are 6 things I've learned in that time. Number 1, get the facts. People prefer to traffic in conclusions. Why? It's easier. From an evolutionary perspective, thinking in conclusions takes up less cognitive processing power than analyzing facts, which, as John Adams remarked, are stubborn things and difficult to ferret out. Given that, you may need to spend 2 to 3 times longer than expected with witnesses to figure out what happened in a case. The solution is to make a virtue of a vice. Smile and tell the witness in an interview, "I wish I could say this is the last time I will see you, but that's not how the process works." Honesty like this builds trust. Number 2, stay in the moment. I've tried a lot of adversary proceedings. There will be highs and there will be lows. My advice, don't get sucked into either. Lawyers who congratulate themselves on how smart they sound in front of the jury lose focus. Listen to Brian Haycock. He's an Austin cab driver who wrote a great book called Dharma Road, a short cab ride to self-discovery. He says to take life a moment at a time because everything else is a distraction. A score is a distraction. A goal is a distraction. This moment is the only moment that matters. That's useful advice. Number 3, show, don't tell. Facts do not speak for themselves. They need our love and they need our advocacy. I read a resume recently that used phrases such as ability to energize employees. What's that mean? It's like a chocolate-covered donut. Tasty, but empty calories. Guy Kawasaki makes this point in his book Enchantment, The Art of Changing Hearts, Minds, and Actions. For example, he argues that it is easier to sell an iPod by ignoring its gigabytes and instead talking about the number of songs it stores. The wise lawyer should apply the show, don't tell principle to legal briefs by using charts to summarize information and avoid the eye-numbing, giant block of text writing that is painful to look at and even more painful to read. As Albert Einstein said, make everything as simple as possible, but no simpler. Number 4, the law is a grind. I love the law, but it's a hard grind, from sometimes clueless judges to occasionally rude opposing counsel. But this, as Hyman Roth remarked in The Godfather Part 2, is the business we chose. Lawyers should not run to the judge or drop a mean footnote in a brief every time someone musses up their hair or pokes them in the eye. That's just life. Number 5, express gratitude. We do nothing alone. Nothing. Take a look at a book. It's called The Light Comes Through, Buddhist Teachings on Awakening to Our Natural Intelligence. And it makes a really important point, and here it is. The truth is that our attributes are not possessible by us. No one is truly self-made from the start. So many factors contribute to who we are. We are not a closed system. Reflect on that thought. Number 6, recognize the limits of control. I loved my mother very much. She was really smart, and she taught me a whole lot. Here was one lesson. You can't change people. You can only help people. So when frustrated by a witness or even your significant other, think about these lines from the 2nd book of the Tao by Stephen Mitchell. The duck's legs are short. You can't lengthen them without making her suffer. The crane's legs are long. You can't shorten them without causing him pain. What is long needs no cutting off. What is short needs no stretching. This last lesson leads to yet another, perhaps the most important lesson of all. Just be yourself. Knowing this makes each of us the most effective people we can be. This is Mike Maslanka at your desk.